Hey, have you ever seen one of these things? If you're 30 years or older, you may have used one in your lifetime to contact local businesses. But if you're younger than 30, you may like squinch up your eyes and say, "What's that?" Well, this is a Yellow Pages. And I know I'm probably aging myself here, but when I was in my 20s, this was the tool that we used to find local businesses that provided a service that we were looking for. And sometimes they were connected to a phone book where you could look up people's phone numbers and contact them. Now, this was a win-win solution for both regular people and business owners. Everyone got one of these books, and they used it when they needed to find a friend's phone number or to find a reputable company. And today, these lovely tools pretty much just sit collecting dust because everyone uses the internet. But these books were an early form of backlinking. It was a way to advertise their services to people directly looking for them. Now, most people would start looking for a phone number, but they may find themselves flipping through and just looking at the business section for fun. And now online, we are bombarded with ads, and we try to ignore them as much as possible, right? Well, this means that if you don't put your business in front of the right eyes, your tutoring business could be completely ignored as well and turn into a ghost town. Now, last week we talked about using the right keywords so that people can find your content. Today, we're going to be talking about getting backlinks so that you can also get found online. Hey everyone, my name is Joanne Kaminski, and I first got to see the power of backlinking when I was making connections with teachers that were teaching in the classroom. So I would do these Skype calls where I would be a guest and talk about books and reading with their classroom. And the teachers were always appreciative, and they would mention me in their newsletter that would go home with them. And their parents would then read the newsletter, find me in it, watch the time that I spent in their classroom on a YouTube video, and learn more about who I was and what I did. I then would use keywords using that state, town, city, or country and get people from all over the world online. In fact, this is how I got my first client from Australia. So I had just worked with a classroom in Australia and read to them. And then a week later, I was contacted. This was not an accident. And the second time I saw this happen was when I was featured in the Penny Hoarder. So they provided a link to the ultimate support group for online tutors. And all of a sudden, the group was flooding with people trying to join our group and learn more about online tutoring. They wrote the blog post for me even. They linked information about the group, and voila, I got to see the power of something go viral for the very first time. The thing is, you never know what is going to go viral until it starts happening. Now, in this video, we're going to learn what backlinking is and how you can successfully use it to get found. Now, it is important to note that if you're not creating content yet, then this strategy might not work as well for you. Linking only to your website can be boring, and many people are going to get there and leave. They need to be like pointed to a blog post or a video or a podcast or some other piece of useful content. And link building is now about a long-term relationship, so it does require a commitment longer than 30 days. It's not advantageous to get your link everywhere on the internet, okay? It's more important to get quality links to your content. Now, you can personally reach out through email to people that would benefit from your content. But first, you want to mention why you feel their content is valuable. I mean, mention what you do and ask them if they'd be interested in collaborating. And this can eventually be in the form of links, creating content together, or mentioning each other's websites. Now, at this point in your business, I recommend reaching out to people with a domain authority between 20 to 30 and a social following between 2,000 and 5,000 people. All right, I know many of you are thinking, all right, Joanne, what's a domain authority? Domain authority is a metric that was created by Moz for the purpose of rating a website on a scale of 1 to 100. 100 being the best, 1 being the worst. So the higher the domain authority of a website, the higher its ranking in search engines. So instead of thinking of domain authority as a measure of your SEO effort, think of it as a competitive metric against other sites. So If you compare your website's DA score with that of your competitor's site, the site with the higher DA score is likely to rank higher in search engines. Now, DA consists of 40 ranking signals, such as the number of links pointing to the site, the number of linking root domains, essentially the number of other sites linking to your site. Think of this like little pieces of gold being put into a hat. The more pieces of gold you had, the more value you have. These pieces of gold are all of the links that add more value to your site, whether they are linking to you or you are linking to them. Now, to check the DA of a site, you can go to Moz and download a Chrome extension that will tell you the DA of every site that you visit. So let me show you exactly what that looks like. Okay, you guys, so you're going to go to moz.com, and you can see here that there is a link right here. Now, there's a link inside of the description. Go on over there, click it, and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. So you can download that Moz bar for free. There really isn't too much that you need to do. It's going to bring you to the Google Chrome extension store. So you do have to make sure that you have a Chrome extension, because that's what this is. And then you're just going to add it. Now, I've already added it on mine, so this is what comes on up. But the cool thing is, now whenever I go to a website, I'm going to be able to find the domain authority. So let's take a look at Amazon first, just for the fun of it. We're going to go to Amazon.com. I have this little extension right on up here, and this M now is going to tell me the domain authority. So it tells me the domain authority is 97. Whoa, that's pretty awesome. That's a great domain authority, isn't it? Everybody would like to be able to have a domain authority of 97, don't you think? And this is why, I've talked about in the past, when it comes to being able to get on some of these top sites like Amazon and Google and all of that, this is great for building links back to your website. Because if you create a Kindle book, you get to make an author page, which then has a great domain authority. So as you can see, I'm able to then increase my domain authority because I have a link on this page because I've created some books. So I've got becomeanonlinetutor.com/feed. So I have that on there. And I also have my blog from my website for tutoring on here as well. I can add as many blogs as I want because I have become an author on this page. Now, if you want to take a look to see what this page looks like, I just click that button and this is what it looks like. So it shows all the books that I have written. And when I click on this little M button, it now says in the corner up here on top that it's got a domain authority of 97. So this all helps with increasing my domain authority. Now, another name for what we're doing here is called really, influencer marketing. So you're going to have the ability to connect with other influencers, become an influencer. You're going to add value to them in exchange. You're going to get mentions, link backs, and the results are going to be incredible. Now, before I send my pitch email, I connect with the website for other people I want to connect with on every social platform and engage to their replies, their tweets. I sign up for their newsletter. I get to know everything about them. Another way to build links is to build connections with other tutors. So collaborating together can add value to your business, open up new opportunities for you, and so much more. Not only that, but you develop friendships with people that are passionate about the same things that you are. And this makes this strategy fun. Now, Suzanne Davis right now is doing a Facebook Live series where she's interviewing other tutors that would be useful to her ideal client. So she gets to show off her expertise, engage in a meaningful way with other tutors, open up her referral system from people in similar fields. And another way to get people to find you or at least get a link back is through commenting on blogs. Which blogs should you comment on? Well, find high quality websites to comment. When I say high quality, I'm looking for websites with a domain authority of 60 plus. After you pull your list of top websites, search for an article most relevant to your target audience. Now, you can begin adding value with your comments. I follow the sandwich effect when I comment on an article. So first, you want to acknowledge by name and then add a compliment. Then sprinkle in some value information that you took from the article while adding some additional data that might spruce up the article. Again, acknowledge the author by name and end with a compliment. Now, remember to keep your blog comments short and sweet. I aim to keep mine under 100 words. Another powerful strategy is to improve your own link building power with your own content. So you want to keep people on your site as long as possible. So within your own content, you're going to mention something that might be useful for people to watch, read, or listen to that keeps them on your content for as long as possible. So if you've never linked to your own content before, look through all of your old posts, see where it would be a good fit to link to other content that would add value or interest to your readers. Then, edit the post with all the relevant links. Now, this can also work with videos. For example, right now, I could mention that if you like learning about SEO and you missed my last episode last week where I talked about keywords, then you should click on the little eye in the upper right-hand corner where you, when you're done, you can see this video. Now, I mentioned a powerful way to get people to find you for the content that you create and get more students finding you on autopilot. Now, if my content was a blog post, I could hyperlink it so that you could click on it and read that as well when you're ready. Hyperlinking content that is relevant to what you're talking about in an article is a great way to get people staying hooked on your content and recognizing you as an expert tutor in the area that you teach. And everyone wants to hire an expert, especially if they can get results. And sometimes people think that any kind of link is a good link. This is not always the case. There are places that have no follow links. And you don't really want to add them as part of your strategy right now because, as the name suggests, it's not really going to link back to your content. It's going to open your content in their browser. For example, like if I put my link into my website and Facebook, a huge no-follow source, it will open up my website, but in their browser. Now, obviously, this can be a good thing because people might visit my website, but you don't get any backlinking love and doesn't count for SEO or Google. So it's important just to know the differences just so that you can get the best information possible. Now, have you liked this content so far? If so, hit like, subscribe, and that little bell. That way you can stay up to date to the best ways to get found for your tutoring services. Now, one area that people don't think about for adding a link is their own email. Now, I personally love WiseStamp. You can create a professional looking signature in 10 minutes or less. Now, I have the paid version so that I can switch between my signatures. I have one for parents or potential tutoring situations and another one for those that I help with starting their online tutoring business. So I can add an image of myself and I can add a video. We spend so much time in email, you never know who is going to click a link on or forward your information. Not just to mention, it just looks really super cool. So let me show you exactly how you can get WiseStamp on your website. All you need to do is go to wisestamp.com or put WiseStamp into the search toolbar right there. Then you're going to click on Login. You can sign in with Google or you can create an account. You see that down here. So I'm going to just log on in. Now I have all these different ones that I've added for signatures. So I can create and do signatures. So if we go to business, you're going to see my tutoring business. So here's the one that I use for my tutoring business. You can see that I actually have uploaded an animated effect image. You can upload several different images and it kind of looks like you're moving. I think that's kind of cool. And then you add your name, you can add your website, you got your Facebook or LinkedIn. Make sure to only add ones where you actually are located. You don't want to give, just like add a link on there that you're not active on, because then people will look at it like, gosh, you haven't actually been active for a while on this. And then I also have a video that shows the testimonials of people that have gone forward with my services. And you can also add additional things in here as well. So if I wanted to add a Facebook like button, I can. I kind of feel it's redundant with this already having this button in there, so I didn't add that on in there. But then I can also add one thing that's cool that you can add like a scheduler right on inside of there too. So let's click on all. And there's one that says schedule a meeting with me. Well, I could have a link that goes right to my Calendly page for them to set up a link. And so I can say reschedule a tutoring session. And then I can put the link right in there that I have for my Calendly. Now, as you can see, it put it all the way on the bottom for me, and I would like it to be a little bit higher up. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take this and put it towards the top. So now it shows up right here. I click Save Changes. Done. And now it tells me that I need to refresh my Gmail and that it should be on in there. And I'm going to show you now what it looks like inside of my own Gmail when I go to respond to somebody or send them a personalized email. So here I am in my email. I'm just going to put that I'm sending it to myself just for the fun of it. And then I have the Y-Stamp extension on my Chrome browser so that it then also links to my Y-Stamp. And now we can just take a look at, I'm going to click on business, and there it is. See how nice that looks when it's in there? So I can say, hey, Joanne, thanks for reaching out. And then I could just put sincerely. And boom, there's my information, and it's all right there. People are apt to click on that video, look at those testimonials, which is kind of cool. I love it. So here you can take a look and you can see I've answered questions on Quora. You can see again, Quora's got a great domain authority, a 92. So anything that you click to is really going to help. So I am bringing people to my webinar that I have created, but then also you can take a look. This is a response where I added a video on there so that people could see it. So if you take a look, got some different responses here. And then I have a video so people can click on that and they can watch it. And you can see this has had 314 views just from Quora, which is a great way to continue to get people to see the stuff that I do. But I could also have a link to my blog. I can have a link to my website. And then people will see the stuff that it is that I am putting. Now, the more upvotes that you have, the more that the higher you rank in the answer from the question, which is pretty cool. So definitely check out question answer sites, and they're another great way to get quality backlinks. And like I mentioned, Quora really is my favorite. I personally just love that YouTube portion of it, that you can just get that on in there. So share your answer everywhere you can. Ask people to like it for you, and voila, you get to be on top if you have the most likes. So try to answer as many questions as you can. It's not going to hurt, and it's great domain authority. Now, another strategy that's quite powerful is reaching out to your alma mater. So they usually have an alumni spotlight page. To find out if yours does, just type a Google search for alumni spotlight and the name of the college or university that you attended. When I checked out, my alma mater had a DA score of 74, which is great quality link, right? And there's usually a spot on the page that says that you can nominate someone to be featured. And guess what? You can nominate yourself. Don't be shy. Give it a try. Have you ever heard of HARO? Well, this stands for Help a Reporter. And every day you can get listings of different reporters that are looking for experts to quote in their articles. Now, I reached out to the Huffington Post inquiry and was cited in an article about graphic novels. They show their appreciation by linking to your website. And the Huffington Post has a domain authority of 94. So let's check out, see what does that particularly look like. So this is the Huffington Post. And you can see here, I was mentioned, and that was when I had the website, The Skyping Reading Tutor. And then she lists what my quotes were for the post. And as you guys know, Huffington Post has a very high DA authority of 94. So, I can do this kind of stuff when I'm using tools like Haro, and it's a lot of fun. Now, I was on Bridget Lyon's page, you guys, and this was so cool because there is a great, she has a really great way of showing how to respond to a Haro and how to pitch to them perfectly. So here she says, you're going to put the subject line, the credential title for the query topic, and then put hi and their first name. I'm a blank, link to your website, with experience in the subject matter that you're talking about. So you want to enter in that information. And then the next part that you want to write in is the requirement section of the inquiry is really important here. Highlight how you are specifically qualified for the story. For example, if a reporter specifically asks for a business in New York, give them your neighborhood or address. If they want a life coach, include certified life coach in your pitch. In reference to your query on blank, I can, and then you're going to answer it. And she says, again, it's important to follow the query's requirement exactly. So if the blogger says, I'm looking for easy, actionable tips for women to negotiate the salary they want when being hired, provide 1 to 3 tips with 1 to 3 sentences describing each. Now, many times the blogger or reporter is going to run exactly what you said in your email reply. So don't hold back your best stuff. Would you be interested in talking to me further about the subject? Please email or call me at, and give them your contact info. And then always end your email with a call to action, which could be a question, an offer to provide more information, and your contact details. And then you end it sincerely with your name, your title, and your business with a link to website. She says, after that, say a little prayer, move on. And this may be the one and only time I tell you not to follow up. With Haro, the reporters get so many responses that it's just cruel to follow up. So again, like she said, just say a prayer and let's see what happens. And that's exactly what happened for me. I did that and it got me found. Now I have a link inside of my description so you can get back to that particular page. Another site like this is called Pitch Rate. So this works exactly the same as Haro. You get a daily listing of all the people looking for sources to cite, and the ones that you feel are a good fit for you, you pitch. Just go to the link in the description. You can sign on up and start receiving information from people looking for people to cite. Now, is your head exploding with the amount of ways that I've already shared with you how you can build your backlinks to your website, your content? I mean, there are so many ways to get found online. It can seem overwhelming. So start with just one of these ideas, okay, and implement it. And then come back to the video, watch it again, and guess what? I'm going to guarantee that you're going to hear something that you didn't hear before, because you weren't ready for it. And these strategies will not only increase your domain authority, but they will continue to get you found by people from all over the world who have never heard of you if you didn't try these strategies. So as many of you know, I am going to be giving away a Hue HD Pro document camera this week. I'm announcing the winner during our YouTube Live on Valentine's Day. So if you haven't signed up yet, it's not too late. Just go to the description in the link and enter. Make sure to subscribe to this page, comment on one of my videos, and guess what? Every comment you make on my channel is going to get you an additional chance to win the document camera. So if you're looking to join the Insider Secrets Club, guess what? We've got a spot for you. All you need to do is go to the next steps section in my description. It's all the way towards the end, and it's listed as number 5. Come join us, get the results that you're looking for in your online tutoring business, and get found. Now, hopefully you have some ideas on how you can get found using backlinks. What strategies have you tried that are working? If you haven't tried any of these yet, which ones are you thinking of trying? Let me know in the comments below. Woo. All right, and join me next week as I share mistake number 28, how many tutors do not use enough social proof. You're going to learn what social proof is, how to increase it, and start putting it into your marketing mix to get more students for your business. Well, my name's Joanne Kaminski, the online tutor business coach, helping you get found, hired, and referred. Here's till next time, everyone. Bye.